Hey everyone, this is Basil. That's right. Welcome to A Pinch of Basile. I am your host, Basil. Nice to see you guys. You doing all right? It's good. You're joining us on Facebook. Thank you so much. It's kind of like a simulcast thing, but don't forget, you can call in at 844-790-8225. 844-790-8225. Besides our live stream on Facebook, and thank you for joining us, you can listen to us on americamatters.us and on the TuneIn app from your phone or tablet. Just search America Matters. You don't have any excuses, folks. We're making it easy for you, so I want you to join me. All right, that's all I'm saying. If you got to listen to us. I'm here with my co-host, the ever so beautiful and very gorgeous with her little whiny dog, Janice Hermson.
My wonderful dog. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. That's no, I don't want that.
That's the one.
That's a very macho dog.
And let me give you that phone number again. It's 844-790-8255. And so I just want to make sure that if you want to call in, that you can get to us. And there's also a text number you can call, 775-237-2266. I suppose you don't want to call that. You want to probably text that. But,
you saw me reaching for the button
right
there,
did.
Didn't you?
I read you quite well, Craig.
That's the electric shock cattle prod in your seat, too.
Yes,
Say, nope, wrong.
It is, except I'm not sitting right now.
Wow. Okay. Folks, listen, I just want to let you know, if you're trying to make any type of sexual innuendos with this conversation going on, don't. Just let it go. Let it go. Anyway, well, how's everything going? You doing all right?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing great.
I saw you working in your house. That was horrid.
Oh, we'll discuss that a little bit later. Listen, next few weeks, not next few weeks, I got to tell you, I am going to leave tomorrow for Youngstown, Ohio. I'm going to be at the Funny Farm Comedy Club on Friday and Saturday. And this is I think it's called Federal Point or something like that. It's the newest location downtown where all the action is at. I want you guys to go there December 7th and 8th. That's Friday and Saturday, 2 shows each night. The number to call, and if you do call, please call right now, 330-759-4242. 330-759-4242. As we're going through our show prep, I ran across a couple of things that, excuse me, I just had a reader's burp, and I didn't eat anything today. I just no idea what the heck that came from.
I thought that was a sound break. See?
No, it was not a sound break. It's not a bad Godzilla movie either, where you heard sounds going on, but no one's lips were moving. Godzilla. So anyway, do you want to talk about this? Because this is from the article from Maggie Watson at boredom.com.
Are we talking about the Einstein thing?
That's unbelievable. I never knew that.
Yes, he was offered the presidency of Israel in 1952. I saw it on a couple of websites, and I was real surprised because I look at a lot of things about Einstein. I think he's an interesting guy. And apparently he declined, saying that he lacked the natural aptitude and the experience to deal properly with people. So how about that?
I think that was probably a smart thing, but you know what? I probably would have taken him on as a cabinet member or someone who is just
you
for
would
the
think,
fact
right?
that just because of his pure brilliance. I mean,
right.
To be a public speaker, perhaps not. That he had maybe some type of social issues that he couldn't really. He was so above everyone else when they talked. I mean, he was so intellectually astute. I can understand why certain people would not really, understand him or even understand what he was talking about. But I got to be honest with you, I would have had him as my confidant. I would have said, please come here.
Something.
Yeah, something in that thing. And that was, wow. I never knew that.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting.
In addition to tell people about this. This is great.
The next one? Oh, you like that one? Yes. So in addition to his uncombed hair, which of course we all know about, one of his peculiar habits was never to wear socks. Now, what in the world? He said they were a pain because they would often get holes in them. Well, we all know about that, right? Who doesn't have a pair of socks that they love that has a hole in it and you're like, ugh, where's that person that darns socks, right?
Well, listen, I never loved socks. Socks always got away from me.
Women like socks.
Do they really?
They do. Soft ones.
Do they really?
Soft ones.
I'm the only person in the world that can put 2 socks in the wash.
Oh, no.
And only find one.
Oh, no. You know that Brian T. Shirley has a sockumentary about that?
No.
Yes, he does. He actually won an award for it.
Are you serious?
I am serious. Yeah, wow. You'll have to check it out.
He's got to get out more often. That's for damn sure. You know, I actually put 2 socks here. I thought I outsmarted it. I actually took a safety pin the socks together, threw them in the wash.
Go ahead.
When the wash came out, bam, found 1 sock with a safety pin attached to a note. Note said, "Nice try. See you later. Love sock." Anyway.
There you go.
And then you got to tell him about this last one. This was very, very, very funny to me.
I love this one. Einstein again, he set weird rules for his wife. He demanded a whole lot of her. In fact, he gave her a set of rules, including a list that was that she had to serve 3 meals a day, stop talking if he asked her to, and every man's dream, and to expect no intimacy from him. Now, that one I didn't understand, except that he did get a divorce from his wife, and then he married his cousin.
Which one comes? I think immediately someone has relatives in West Virginia.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, go boom, boom. Thank you. Oh my gosh, we got to talk about the rest of this stuff, but we're going to definitely have to do it like in the second segment.
Yep.
Yeah, don't you agree?
Yep.
Because I'll tell you what, these are just too damn cute. I love this stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting.
I do too, to be quite honest with you. And but listen, folks, for those of you who are listening, please join us. Call in. I want to discuss. I have some serious issues with my kitchen. I'm terrible with this. We're going to take that little itsy bitsy little break. So we can go ahead and, do the sponsors do their thing. And but just as long as you remember who you're listening to, this is Basil, and you're listening to A Pinch of Basile. We'll be right after these messages. Oh! And we are back. You're listening to Basil all around the world. That's right, for my Australian friends, for my fans in Europe, for my fans in South Africa, for my fans in Canada, the U.S., even my fans in Mexico who are trying to come back. I'm telling you, I love you guys. That's right. You're listening. We're right back. You're listening live with, basically with the TuneIn app for radio on America Matters, or you can listen to us directly here on Facebook. And again, I want to thank you all for doing that. We're talking about some of the things that we were discussing, and I gotta get back to this because this is so. Einstein didn't want to have intimacy. Is that what I'm getting?
I guess so. Or he was selective about, he was going to be the guy that decided when.
I like that, because sometimes, Janet, sometimes I have a headache. You know what I'm saying? And, who...
I'm sure your wife appreciates that.
That I have a headache. But the thing is, it's, because she's the luckiest woman in the world having someone like me.
Absolutely.
And to be quite honest with you, sometimes, damn it, I'm just not in the mood. I don't want to be touched. I try to watch, Desperate Housewives or something like that on television, or the Housewives of New Jersey or the Housewives of New York, just so I don't have to look at her, because as soon as I look at her, bam, it's like a pouncing thing.
Hey, it's you and Einstein, right?
If people only knew. Just the brilliance that comes out of me. Anyway, listen, now we got to, this other story kind of threw me off because I never knew this too. These are great facts. Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, I probably didn't mention that these are actually facts. They're weird stories, but they're actually facts. They're real things that you may or may not know about.
Wow. Okay, 19th century false teeth often came from soldiers. Now, do number one, because number one did not print for me. It probably printed for you when I sent you.
No, it didn't actually.
It didn't? Okay.
I probably numbered it wrong is what I'm thinking.
Okay, all right.
So start with 2. You got to do something different, right? Start with 2.
I think it's great. Yeah, teeth were extracted from the dead to make dentures. And they were collected after battles. So imagine, if you will, you got killed from an enemy soldier. This enemy soldier would cross over and actually pull my teeth out with an actual thing called a pincher, which is a pincher what they still use today. And they would take and break the teeth out and make false teeth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can you
That
imagine?
is the most disgusting thing I have ever heard of in my life. Disgusting. You know, I don't know how my fans feel out there. Please call in. Let us know, because if you have teeth that belong to somebody else, I just want to let you know, spit them out. It's easy to do.
Be done with it.
Yeah, just get rid of it completely. But they were, and I guess desperately poor, also sold their teeth and hair, particularly if they had a nice set and they knew they might not have long to live.
Isn't that something? Yeah, I am dying, so I want some money to leave to my kids. So, here.
Wow.
Have my teeth.
Wow. So they would make wigs and stuff like that with that. I guess that makes sense. And especially if you had a beautiful mane of women back then used to have their hairs very, which I think was beautiful. And then, but the teeth thing really got me.
That's
can you
different.
get shot? Yeah, you get shot to death, and all of a sudden, bam, you got to go ahead and lose your teeth too.
Yeah, hurry up.
Yeah, for God's sakes. All right, the giant mushroom, largest living organism.
Yep. Can you believe this? I told you about this the other day.
And I was in disbelief. I really didn't think this was true, to be quite honest with you.
Yes.
And is it the malheur?
Malheur, I would say. I don't know if that's right or not.
Malheur?
Yeah, malheur. I actually lived in Oregon for 4 years and never knew about this place. Of course, I lived in Klamath Falls, so that was, kind of toward the east. Yeah.
And tell them how big this mushroom was.
Well, it's known as a honey mushroom, and it was started from a single spore and has been weaving black shoestring filaments through the forest for about 2,400 years. So it's had some time to grow, right?
Yeah. Wow.
The fungus covers 2,200 acres. That's like 1,665 football fields.
Wow.
I figured you could relate to football fields.
Well, I could, but the great thing about this is, just think of all the great mushroom dishes that you can create and feed half the world.
Yeah,
with this.
No.
I'm about feeding the people. Give me a little bit of olive oil. You don't think it tastes good?
I am not a mushroom fan.
Wow, man.
Yeah,
those were some mushrooms.
Again, maybe you're just going to do something different with those mushrooms.
And that would be Craig, our sound engineer, ladies and gentlemen, who delves into the mushroom population.
And it is legal here in Nevada.
What a surprise. What a surprise. Yes, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, what can I say?
Have a little mushroom
I don't see any smoke in there right now, though, so I think we're okay.
Yeah, well, so they say. Okay, remember, he might be making mushroom tea. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. They do have those edible things.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and he was eating just a minute ago. There you have it.
There you go.
Listen, and actually, right next door, Dave Asher has, in the Nevada marketplace, he has mushroom coffee.
Yes.
Yeah. Fooled the federales again, have we? Okay.
It's a little earthy, but...
It's a little earthy? My God, why don't you throw some onions in there, for God's sakes, as well? Make it really, really stick out nice. Oh, my God. All right. This one I kind of understood until I was an owner of a cat. Pope Gregory the Ninth. Am I correct?
You are. You know how to read Roman numerals.
I do. Well, when I was a kid, we used to count in Roman numerals when we played hide and go seek. I. Okay, anyway, that's an old story. All right. Pope Gregory the Ninth was in power. He declared the cats to be evil, and began exterminating them in droves.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yes. Isn't that awful?
And what was the effect? Tell them what the effect.
Yeah. So there is cause and effect. And because he killed off all those cats, it is believed that they may have helped the rats spread the bubonic plague that killed hundreds of millions of people in the 1300s, because it was right around the same time.
And to be honest with you, I wouldn't have thought that, but until, as we got old, you grow up and you say, oh, cats, but they do have a purpose because cats would pounce on rodents and everything. I remember our cat used to bring us, mice and chipmunks and stuff like that, which were hysterical because that chipmunk must have been fighting for its life. And our cat was like, yeah, come here, meow. I got something for you.
Yeah, anyway, the problem is, Basil, you're still under the misconception that you owned the cat.
Listen, stick back to your mushrooms, okay? That's all I'm saying to you. Oh, my God. Now, this is another story I got to talk about, okay, because I think I know where this term came from. Before alarm clocks, there were knocker-ups. I want you to listen to this, folks. You're driving right now going, knocker up. Yes. If you had a knocker up, you had something. A knocker up. Tell the people what a knocker up was.
These were folks who, and these were usually elderly people that did this, who were hired to shoot dried peas from a blowgun at people's windows in order to wake them up in the morning.
I want you to listen to the terminology. Dried peas, knocked up, shoot. Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. I knew you would love this one. I saw this. I said, this has got basil written all over
Come on, knocker up. Are you serious? And that's where the term, I think I knocked her up, which means
could be.
I woke her up, with I shot a pea. Okay, that's all. I'm not going to even go further.
Boy. Oh, boy.
You use your own imagination.
PG. We are PG.
If we weren't PG, this would have been a lot of fun. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm giving you material. How's that?
Yeah, I thank you. Thank you very much. Let me say things I can't say on the air. Beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful. Again, if any of you would like to discuss this with us, 844-790-8255 and ask her about the knocker up thing. We'll discuss that later on. Okay. Now, there's a couple of other things. According to Wikipedia, knocker up was actually used to sleeping people. Wow, that's just amazing. Yeah. So they used to use baton, rather like a short baton or bamboo, a pea shooter. Wow, and they did that, and that was a real job.
It was a real job, yeah.
And then for the elderly, it makes sense. All right.
Yeah, they were paid $0.01 a week.
All right, now this one was another one, a little bit weird, I suppose. Alice in Wonderland syndrome?
Yeah.
Explain that to me. This is something up your sleeve.
Yes, we all know about Lewis Carroll's 1865 fantasy novel Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. The main character experiences magical transformations such as shrinking and expanding. There's actually a neurological syndrome, and I hope nobody out there has this, also called Todd syndrome, usually presents with migraines that distort perception of size and distance. And the episodes, which can last up to an hour, involve seeing objects or people as very big or very small or further away than they actually are. Crazy. That's just crazy. Wow. Yeah.
And how long has this been? Is this something new that's been going on?
No, it's been around. Yeah, it's been around a while. I didn't get the actual dates, but yeah, it's been around a while. So yeah, God, weird. I've never heard of anybody with Todd syndrome.
No, I heard a couple of guys named Todd who had a syndrome, but that's different kind. Story. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I thought you'd like the next one, but we can't do that one right now because we got to get away from this pretty quick.
Oh, really quick. That Todd syndrome is also known as Lilliputian hallucinations.
Oh my! After the Alice in Wonderland thing, right?
Well, Lilliputians were Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, no, they were from Gulliver.
Or Gulliver, yes.
Oh, that's what it was. Yes.
Yeah. You got to stay away from those mushrooms, dude. Stay away from the mushrooms because this is going to go. It's not going to end well. That's all I'm telling you. It's not going to end well for you with this. Wow. But anyway, folks, listen. For all of you who are listening right now, you are listening to A Pinch of Basile with your host. That's right, Basil. We'll be right back after these sponsors' words. We are back, folks. If I told you the things I've been going through, you're listening to Basil all around the world. Spice it up with a little bit of basil. Add a pinch of basil to just about anything. And you can catch us also on americamatters.us and also on the TuneIn app. But make sure you can call us right now, 844-790-8255. That's right. It's exciting. It's memorable. I love this. And you know what? I didn't get a chance to print out some of the other notes that I wound up having. So I have no idea where the hell we're going.
That's awesome. I love it.
You like that? You
Live radio. Yeah.
No, that's what you like. You like to see me stammer, and it's just not going to happen.
No.
It's just not going to happen.
Basil,
it
helps if you load paper in the printer so when it runs out.
And coming from a man who drinks mushroom tea, this means what to me? That's all I'm saying.
And I don't know.
I don't know. You want to say something? Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead, make me feel. Nothing phases me. Nothing, my friends.
Nothing at all. And you have no idea where we are with the show. But what we're going to do, we want to know if you have any burning questions out there that you want to ask of Basil. He is here to answer them. We normally have a guest at this time, but this week I wanted to turn the tables on Basil and talk to him about who he is and what he does out there and ask a few questions. And if you have questions, a lot of you know him already, but there are some folks that have listened in that really have not seen you at a comedy show. They don't know, your routine. So
well, you know what? For those of you who are in the Reno area who are listening right now to us on radio, you can always come and see me. I'll be at the Silver Legacy, and I'll be sometime in June. I'll be at the Silver Legacy.
Good. Yay.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited. And then I'll be in Vegas right before then. So I'll get a chance to come back and forth for that. But I love Reno. I have friends in Reno. St. Anthony's Greek Orthodox Church, good people over there. Harry Pappas is a very, very close friend of his lovely family. And people are just fantastic in that area, to be quite honest with you. So
we're
really
pretty nice.
Oh, you're more than nice. You guys, I love you guys. You guys are actually outstanding. So truly, truly love you guys. But yeah, all right. What do you? I told you I'd go ahead and do this. I'm not crazy about it because I don't like talking that way. I've never been one to really I BS when I do my show and I play this more than larger than life blowhard, but.
I'm going to ask you simple stuff. I'm going to ask you easy things. It's all about you. That's easy to answer, right?
You. Let me take off my glasses for this. All right, this should be interesting. All right, go ahead.
All right, so I want to know. You're a comedian. You're out there. You're doing your thing. What kind of videos or comedians do you watch, or do you? Are you burnt out on the comedy thing, or do you watch other people so that you can critique or get better at what you do, or how does that work?
I do love watching comedy. I really do, either live or on television or on video or whatever, DVDs, whatever the case may be. Everybody talks about, oh man, it's a different game out there. It's just different people who are, entertaining now. No. Humor is humor. The reason why you're watching the I Love Lucy show after all these years is because funny is funny. The younger generation doesn't matter. I can go to a university and entertain. I don't care where it's at. Could be Ohio State, could be Michigan, could be whatever, A through Z. And the thing is, humor is humor. I love entertaining at Mizzou. That's in the middle of the heartland. You go to Mizzou, University of Missouri, you go to any of the colleges that I performed at, it doesn't matter. Young, old, it doesn't matter. If they're trying to use language or whatever, you don't really have to. Now, do I use language? Yeah, I use it all the time, but, not throughout the whole show. I try to, say it when I say it to make some emphasis. Now, when I do my Greek show, the Growing Up Greek in America comedy thing, it's a little bit different. I don't care if I'm in Australia. I don't care if I'm throughout Europe. I don't care wherever here in the U.S. I during those, Greek comedy shows, I don't curse at all. And the reason why, because I have so many clergy and kids come to those shows. But when I do my general audience show, if I'm in Vegas or Atlantic City, I have my show and it's real. It's real comedy. It's nothing, it's not like this hip jazzy type thing. No, babe, I'm so cool. No. And the material doesn't resonate with me, but I still watch it to see what people are doing out there.
Well, that's good. That's good. That was something I was curious about.
Yeah.
So, what 3 words would best describe you? And I hate questions like this, but I decided I wanted to ask you it anyway.
What 3 words?
3 words that best describe you. Oh, wow. Silence. I think I actually got you. How about that, Craig? Didn't think that would happen.
Let me see. Loving.
Oh, that's a good one.
Creative. And aggressive.
I think that works. That's pretty good.
I think if that was because, I'm aggressive in business. I take charge when it's something, it's kind of funny. I have a lot of people who I talk to who I've known in the industry, and they know me as a comedian. But when I put on my producer's hat or I do something differently, it's a business. It is business straight through. And sometimes people have a difficult time. I've been representing myself for years, and to allow other people to represent me, sometimes it takes them a little bit back because they're saying, well, you have this already hooked in. I mean, I started the Greek comedy thing with, growing up Greek in America, where I took it from one level to another level to another level. And now when people see the live show, they're like, oh, my God, this is unbelievable. And more people come in. And I love that. I truly do love that. Same thing. I don't care if it's in my food business, Basile Foods. I don't care if it's in my comedy business. I don't care if it's my production company. I have a company called Spice Rack Entertainment, and it's business straight through.
Cool. Another question. If you had, I don't know if you have pets. I showed you my little dog because he's always barking when we talk. That's the one. You sound just like him.
Okay.
And yeah, good impression. And I'm wondering, do you have pets? If you had pets, what would it be? Do you like critters?
I love pets, but I also know, to be fair to a dog, you need to be there. Someone's got to be at the house. Yeah. Someone's got to be to watch the dog, because the dog needs company. A cat you can leave alone for 4.5 months, find a mechanism to feed the cat, and to actually clean a mechanism to clean the litter box, and also to put fresh water. Cat's good. I mean, you walk in after 4.5 months, cat's going, hey, how you doing? Where you been? That's it. There's no, the dog. You ever see those, vets come home and the dogs go crazy and they're jumping up and down? My cat would lick himself. Basically, it's about where it would go. So I had a cat. Her name was Snowball. And Snowy was a great cat. I miss my Snowy. We had her for about 13 years, and then she passed away from leukemia. And I was very teary-eyed, because I was never. Yeah. I consider myself a cat guy, So I was never, a cat guy until it was the first time I ever wound up having an exam where the doctor did something with his finger, and I don't really want to discuss that because it was very emotional, and the cat, when we got it as a kitten, the doctor had to poke this plastic thing in its butt to see if it had some type of a cancer or a liver cancer or whatever. And the cat was like just a kitten going, and I understood exactly where the cat was coming from.
Absolutely.
Okay? So I identified with the cat and the pain that it had. So we were.
So you're a businessman and a comedian and entertainer. Are you ever bored, or do you ever just kind of laze around, or is that not in your DNA?
It's not. Don't get me wrong. I love carpentry. Is they say devil's work is in idle hands, right? Mm-hmm. Something like that. I love carpentry. However, there is something about creating that it's very, very difficult to explain to people. When you can take a blank sheet of paper and then magically put words on it, to me is a magnificent thing that gets it's like my erotic side comes out, because I created something out of this, and it was just something that was just unbelievable. And to me, I love that.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah. Hey, do you want to talk about your kitchen now, or you want to wait till next? I know you got lots to talk about.
Did you see the pictures on Facebook?
I did. That was
And for the fans
horrible.
who are watching right now, and you're seeing the pictures that I had on Facebook, they're tearing my floors apart, and I'm just depressed, and I'm like, I love my house. I love my house. I love my beach house. I love my in-town house. I love my office. This is my office. This is my studio in my personal office that I have. I have I have another dwelling that I bought, and I love this office. And to me, it's outstanding just to be able to and they tore apart this thing because of dry rot. Wow. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I'm like, I was so disgusted, and they're tearing up my house. So I'm like, these poor guys are working so hard and diligently to get this stuff done. But, it is what it is with that. So if you guys have any ideas what I can do to make me happy, maybe smoke a cigar, drink some Grand Marnier, something like that, I'm all ears.
Well, Ray Biebel says, hello to the funniest man around, your friend, his friend Basil. And he says, your main entrance to the stage will have you in tears from laughing so hard. And I think I saw that little entrance at one time, didn't I?
You came to my show, and Ray is... Ray, thank you, my brother. Peace, man. I love that opening. It's bizarre. I love when people bring other people to see that opening. My show is different. It's not your typical monologist stuff, even though I do monology, but I do it in a way that's creative, and I do it in a way that brings the audience into the situation where I'm in. So if you want to be part of this, if you want to see what this is all about, hell, I'm going to be in Youngstown this weekend. Come see me, and you'll see what it's all about, or you can see me anywhere else. Same thing goes for my Greek show. But before we even go into that, listen, folks, we're nearing that time where we have to pay our bills again with our sponsors. You're listening to A Pinch of Basile. Oh, this is Basil. We are back with A Pinch of Basile. You're listening to the Basile Radio Show with A Pinch of Basile. We are talking... all over the world. I have people right now who are listening in Wollongong. That's right, Wollongong. And that's in just outside of Sydney, Australia. Love my fans over there. And we got people all over the place, man. It's all over the place that people can hear us. And they'll go back, and you can always get us on americamatters.us. Go to the TuneIn app. Look for A Pinch of Basile. And that's me. Put in today's date, December 4th, and you'll find out all about that. And evidently, you guys have been doing that, so I want to thank you all very, very much for doing that with us. It's my God, I can't believe 21 days before Christmas.
Yeah, it's so fast, huh?
It is. It's crazy. It's crazy, and I'm really excited. But because we wound up having a little bit of crazy time, I'm being interviewed by my co-host Janice Hermson, and have I?
And you can tell he loves it, right?
Yeah, I don't like answering questions like this. Okay. Yes, if it's sexual questions, I'm all about. I am the love doctor in my own little way. You have any shortcomings, pardon the pun, but you tell me what your problems are. I will help you. No, it's not that kind of show. It's not that kind of show. But Janice, go ahead. And if you who are watching me right now, if you have questions, you can ask these questions. Call us at 844-790-8255 or ask the questions right on Facebook, where I'm broadcasting live.
That's it. Yes. And we do have Gail, and I just love, folks, I have a really lousy maiden name that is Polish, and this challenges me. Gail Jankowski, and I'm going to make a wild stab, Wojciechowski. How's that?
I'm sure Mr. Wojciechowski.
No, Gail.
Gail.
Yes.
Gail.
And she says the only question she ever has is, when are you coming back to Detroit?
I want to come back to Detroit, thing. I want to come back soon. The only problem is sometimes the rooms are a little bit crazy. I want to do theater settings now. So I've gotten to the point now where I love doing theaters. And people, because you can either do one of two things. Either you can wind up doing shows for 250, 300 people, or you can do shows for, 1,500 people. I like doing the 1,500 people. I give them a 2-hour long show. It's fun. People get into it, and that's what I like.
All right. She also wants to know, when did you first realize that you were so funny and could make people laugh for a living?
I was always kind of funny. I was a jock, but I was a good humor jock. I never threw down my thing where you have to listen to me and I was the guy and blah, 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 blah. No, I always had fun. There was a lot of great stories that I can't talk about right now because I can't. So, I will tell you that I really do love, I always loved humor. I always loved getting on a good side of people. I've always enjoyed that. So, I guess since I was a kid, I always thought that I had some type of humor. But who knew that I was going to wind up going ahead and being a comic?
But when did you realize that you actually could do this for a living? When did that just kind of happen? Did that transition, or was it?
Actually, it was my late cousin, Michael Manis, who dared me to go up on stage. And I was having a real rough time. My mother was in the hospital. I was having finals was going through me. I was graduating. I was going through and all of a sudden my cousin Mike says, enough's enough. We're going to a comedy club. And I saw a comedian up there who just sucked. And he was a professional. And I said, well, hell, I could suck just as good as that guy. Get this. And of course, my athletic ego got involved. And next thing you know, I was like, well, let me see. And I went up on an amateur night. I won, and I kept on winning and winning and winning. And one thing led to another. They offered me a job, and I was working at a law firm at that time. So it was a little bit crazy for me when I got started.
All right. Do you have a bucket list at all? Have you created a bucket list? Lots of people do.
Some people have. On a serious note, Janice, and for all my listeners and viewers on Facebook and those who are going to catch us later on, again, on americamatters.us, on the TuneIn app, I don't think there's anyone luckier than me. I've entertained millions of people around the world. I traveled to just about every continent around the world. I've entertained. I made people laugh. And who's luckier than me to be able to do this and do that? I've been very, very fortunate. I raised 2 beautiful daughters at the same time. And again, I think I'm probably the luckiest person in the world, and doing what I do and whatever I can do to help the unfortunate, I do. And if there's something, if I can make a kid laugh, it's worth everything to me.
That's cool. So, you talked about the different TV shows and the comedy shows and how, when they're funny, they're funny.
Right.
Are there any television shows that you'd like to bring back, like something that was canceled that you wish was still on? I don't know if you're much of a TV watcher, but, because you're a busy guy.
Okay. Yeah. What kills me is I don't like, you mean to tell me you need to bring back shows like Magnum TI because you're not creative enough to come up with new shows? Is that what's going on? Come on,
I don't know. I know.
For the creatives out there, you can do much better. Much better. You guys could sit. What's happening is the executives sometimes just don't want to put, their butts on the line. And so, well, how about if we just recreate that? That was a successful show. Back in the day, it was. I'm sure it was fantastic. But the thing is, you want to push the envelope. You want to come up. There's never going to be a better Magnum PI than Tom Selleck. Sorry.
Yeah, they tried to bring back Murphy Brown, and in the day that was funny. It was fun. It was funny. It was good.
Well, you know what? I don't get me. Back in the day, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
But things changed.
Absolutely.
And try to motivate. Before, at least I gave networks credit. They would actually try to come up with maybe 20 or 30 different ideas and throw it against the wall and see what stuck. And they tried it out here. Now it's like it's got to be a certain formula. And it's got to be this. And the executives have never been on stage. They have no idea what the heck is going on. They don't understand who has been, doing this and what's that and what. Instead of them going on the road and finding some of the funniest comedians in the country in the middle of America, they're waiting for them. No, you got to come to us in L.A. so we can see them for 2 minutes and we'll let them know if they're funny. Come on, guys, ladies who are in the industry, grow up. It doesn't work that way. That's not a way America. You want to, and that's the first thing. If I worked for a network, the first thing I do, I'm going to need 3 months. I just want to go to every comedy club and see every comic who I think had something and do something with them. That's the way you find out who is hitting across the board, not just who's making them laugh in New York City or who's making them laugh in LA, who's making them laugh around the world. That is what you want to aim for. Perfect.
So I know that you like to cook. And I'm curious to know, are
we talking in the bedroom?
Please,
really?
please.
Yeah.
Stop it. All right. So let's go back to, basil, herbs, those kinds.
Okay.
All right. So
I love cooking.
I know you do. So what is your favorite smell?
There is nothing better smelling than bacon cooking in the morning.
You are right.
I'm just telling you, is there anything that gets you out of bed than the smell of bacon? Now, for my Jewish friends, I have a friend of mine, Jason, JJ Plonner. And JJ, I'm just telling you, dude, I know you're Jewish, and I know you can't eat the bacon, but dude, that smell. Jewish people are going, damn, I got to have me a BLT. That's all I'm saying. So there is nothing better than a BLT sandwich, nothing better than the smell of bacon in the morning.
That's a perfect answer. I love that.
No, and just don't cook it while you're naked. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, no.
That's going to hurt.
That's going to hurt a lot. All right. Do you have, for your last question, because we're going to have to go pretty quick, but do you have anything that you like to do to waste time? Do you have any time wasters?
Man, I love going to the movies. I love creating. I love once in a while going fishing. I still love, which I haven't been in years. I love to go hunting. A lot of people, I don't hunt for big game, but I like hunting for duck, or I love hunting for pheasant, dove, quail.
I actually duck hunted for the very first time in Oregon. I was talking about Klamath Falls, Oregon. Went out and laid by the river and everything. It was really pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
my neighbors did that for food. I mean, that was how they got their food.
And the thing is, I think it's fun, but I also love fishing. If I go with my brother-in-law and some friends,
lake,
we go out
ocean.
Fishing. Typically, it used to be in a lake. I used to live in a place in Long Island, New York called Lake Panamoka. And I learned how to fly fish there. And then when I came, I live on the ocean now. So I live off the coast of North Carolina. So I love ocean fishing.
Cool.
Big time. One of my big things that you said, a bucket list. I suppose the one thing on my bucket list I would love to do, I would love to go for big game fish, maybe somewhere in Central America with some friends for a week and just go out fishing, steak dinners, fish dinners every night, cigars, Grand Marnier, and that's what I would really love to do.
Cool.
That would be on my bucket.
All right.
Oh, my God. We're about closing up right now. Jeez, I can't. That went by so quick. Well, I hope you all learned something about me. And, it's been a pleasure. Listen, I love all of you. I'm going to be at Youngstown. We'll see you in Youngstown. But you are listening to A Pinch of Basile right here on America Matters with your host, Basile.